my thing is, even if it was Grambling or Georgia, I mean, the winner been fighting for custody for the last 2 months, so it shouldn't even been that bad in March. So clearly, like I said, it gotta be some type of problem because there's no way you smell like this and it's 40 degrees outside.
What's up, y'all? Welcome back. I'm My name is Rebekka Henry. I'm a sophomore psychology major with a minor in religious studies at the illustrious Spelman College. What's up, Elainey?
Hey, y'all. I missed y'all. Oh, my goodness. It's your girl, Elainey B. I am Elainey Bass, a junior mass media arts major from Clark Atlanta University, hailing from Chesapeake, Virginia, Big 757, you know the vibes. MC, what's up, my guy?
Yo, what it do, family? I miss y'all. I love y'all. Hope everybody been safe and taking care of themselves. Of course, the man with the mouth, no doubt. Project MC, but hey, man, I'm just John Cradle from Bowie State University. Senior communications major from, of course, PG County, Maryland, repping the 1865 Bowie State University. What's up, Z?
I miss y'all. Oh, man. But y'all already know who it is, man. It's your boy, Fresh Kid Zeke Stevens in the building, coming from all the way from the prestigious university, prestigious institution, Parkland University, representing the class of 252 live. You know, it's just lit over this way. Coming from Saginaw, Michigan. How you doing, Najee?
What's going on, y'all? It's your boy Najee. We are back with the campus rundown, yo. I really missed y'all. Yeah, I'm doing pretty good. You know, from the one and only Bowie State University, the first HBCU in the state of Maryland. Bowie State going, we doing pretty good. You know, how about you, Kevin?
Well, first of all, I want to start off by saying I am Kevin Keys, hailing from the Motor City 313, Detroit, Michigan, and I attend the illustrious, the eminent, and the vibracious Miles College, and I am a graduating senior, Big 2-3, all these other different numbers. I'm just whatever. Y'all time coming. But yeah,
All right, boom. It's time for some new stuff. Lord have mercy. They don't let me grow my
Put us on.
So boom, right? So to all my good fellow HBCU people, and even some of you PWI guys, we appreciate y'all too. We, you go on Twitter, go on Instagram. We got this app at Bowie State called Fizz, where you got folks in there, anonymous kinds of things and talking. So I said, hey, how about we start talking about some of the stuff? And we're gonna get into this first one right here. Can we pull up on the screen for the good people to see? Boom. First one says, my friend is well known on campus and Instagram, but she has an odor. First of all, I just want to know, why did they capitalize the first letter of everything? But neither here nor there. Cool. I tell her about it, but she gets mad. Obviously, you're in college for a reason, but you shouldn't be there. At me. What should I do? She a pretty girl with a nice shape, so IDK. For those of you who don't know, IDK is I don't know. So I don't know why she doesn't have better hygiene. This is from GSU. I'm assuming Grambling State University, unless it's another G or Georgia State. We don't know. They just say GSU. But y'all, the topic here, if somebody boofing. For those who don't know, boofing means you stink. You smell really bad. Somebody boofing, and they're your peoples. How do you go about telling them? And what do you do if they don't heed to their advice?
Zeke, go ahead. I know you got to say.
Zeke was busting up.
He was waiting. Zeke, go
ahead. Pray for them, man. You can't help nobody that don't want to be helped, honestly. Because at the end of the day, she'd already told her, she probably told her the nicest way. And she could have told her the worst way. And at the end of the day, she probably ain't the only person that think that. It's just that she was the only person that was bold enough to say it to her. You know what I'm saying? Everyone else probably like, because she's well known, you know what I'm saying, they probably come up to her like, oh yeah, she cool, she stank, but we ain't gonna tell it to her, you know what I'm saying? We ain't gonna tell it to
But
her
see,
face. And that's fake. But you know that everyone else is fake, but she was real enough and woman enough to come up to her and say, you know what? I'm gonna say this. But like I said, though, you can't help nobody that don't want to be helped at the end of the day, because at the end of the day, that's
Please call him Kevin.
Yeah, Kevin foaming at the mouth.
please pick me.
Go ahead, Kevin.
My first issue is, if you had to go to social media to ask for advice, you ain't really her friend. 2, if you was my friend, I'd rather you tell me I stank than let me go around here being called little stank because everybody's scared to tell me.
But
did she say she told him?
Tell her.
But how did she tell her? Did she say, you need to go, or you need to go tell her, you need to wash your,
Or
that matters.
But how do it, if I tell you stink, right? How do it matter? Whether it was nice or not. I'm not saying don't do it in a not nice way, but if I told you, yo, you don't smell great and you don't take heed to it, why would you not take heed to it? I'm your friend.
At that point, if you my friend, then I'm about to sit there and go to Bath and Body Works, and I'm about to give you all the soaps and lotions and anything I can give you. But then we also,
I don't have fun.
I ain't spending money and you not trying. Unless you don't use it, now I'm gonna be mad.
Because like,
also will say,
your homeboys for you hit a party, like, bro, you got some cologne, bro. Let me hit that bottle with oil or something real quick. Like,
it might be a stench where cologne not helping.
But then I also say it also need to be a conversation had, because you don't know someone's situation. Then on top of that too, you might want to say, hey friend, let's go get tested, because if it's a smell that bad, then we might need to go ahead and go get STD tested, because clearly you don't want to go by yourself. So friend, let's go together. Like, I'm just saying, clearly if she's thinking that bad on this, and this is a constant thing, well, sweetheart, you need to go get tested, because your pH is something's off. Something's not working.
What's worse,
adults, we should have that conversation.
What's worse is that she's well known on campus. So probably a lot of folks be like hugging her, or maybe not hug her, who knows, and be smelling it and nobody's saying it to her. It's just like, yo,
that's fake. That's fake.
If we friends, like all of us on this podcast, bro, we all kind of represent each other. Like my friends, bro, if they do some wild shit, wild stuff, people gonna look at us like we crazy too. Like
my grandma
around. So like if he stink, bro, all of us stink now. Like, so you
got that's the little stank boys. No, I ain't got time for that.
My friends, I don't have funky friends. And even if they are a little right, they're self-aware for themselves. Be like, yeah, I need some deodorant. And I'd be like, yeah, me too. Like we're very self-aware, and I feel like as a female, you need to be self-aware, because, like you said, you don't want to be labeled as that. Oh, she cute, but she funky. Oh, she cute, but she dirty. Absolutely not. You will never associate those two words next to my name.
Absolutely. Okay. Can we? March 2nd. It was March 2nd. Okay. Because if it had been like the winter, that'd have been even worse.
For real.
Why do you have this stench when it's cold outside?
Oh, yeah.
But my thing is, even if it was Grambling or Georgia, I mean, the winner been fighting for custody for the last 2 months, so it shouldn't even been that bad in March. So clearly, like I said, it gotta be some type of problem, because there's no way you smell like this and it's 40 degrees outside. Like, it ain't even hot.
If she got a boyfriend, I feel bad.
Fighting for custody. I'm gonna steal that. That's funny.
I feel bad for her if she got one.
So y'all. What's the verdict on this one? What's the verdict that we do?
She need to get new friends, and she need to go wash her. She need to wash her.
All right, cool. Next one. Females break up mentally before they leave. Females break up mentally before they break up physically. A guy. Wait,
that's a fact.
Females break up mentally before they break up physically. A guy can think she has her on lock while laying beside her, but her mind is in another place. Be careful how you treat her, because once you lose the head, the body follows, and that's real SHIT. It doesn't have what college, but it's just somebody sent that. Ladies, is this true? Do y'all leave mentally before you leave physically?
Rebekka, you can go first.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Because women are emotional creatures, we really put our all into our relationship. So if, say for instance, if we're saying and voicing our opinions on what we want and what we need, and you're not meeting those needs, it's like in our mind, we're drifting apart. But before our body moves, we make rational decisions. Like, we really like take out all the odds and the positives and the negatives and everything before we actually say, okay, I'm actually break up with you and separate from you. So I think that's very true, and it's a dangerous thing. It's a dangerous thing because you won't see it coming at all.
What would you? How long is it before, like, okay, you left mentally, but how long before y'all probably leave physically, for real? Like,
I did it for damn near a year. I'm not gonna hold y'all. I did it for damn near a year. Like, and it was to the point where it was just like, like Rebekka said, like I mentally checked out. I was just there. Like it was just like going through the motions. At that point, certain stuff like it just wasn't phasing me no more. I was just nonchalant. I didn't really care. It's just like I'm just here. But it did take one major situation for me to be like, okay, yeah, girl, it's time for you to actually physically leave, because if you're not even mentally here, you're not even attracted to this man no more. Why are you still here?
I was gonna say, so if you were gone mentally, why does it wait so long to leave physically? Why not just as soon as you feel like it's not for you? Yeah, because I know fellas might sometimes do that. Oh, it's not for me. Yeah, I'm gone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, honestly.
Because it's like,
I promise you, like it was the opposite. Absolutely not. It was just something that like I was used to. That was my man since like senior year of high school. So it was just like it was just something I was comfortable with. I was used to, and it really was just so like I didn't really want to. I think I was just so used to being with somebody. I didn't really want to like be by myself, so I had to get comfortable with being by myself again. And I also had to heal, and because he did some very mean, disrespectful stuff to me. So it was just like a process that I was dreading on facing. So it was like, okay, like you could work it out, you could work it out, but mentally, this man is never going to change, and it's not my job to be your guinea pig, and help you change because I'm young. What do I look like sitting around waiting for you to change when there's a man out here about to give me the world if he wants to? So I just had to go ahead and heal and do what I need to do. And
Kevin,
because you just said something. Y'all go.
Death Row Records. What about Death Row Records? Like, and another thing I think that our generation does, we don't love people unconditionally anymore. Right?
Because it's their conditions. There are conditions.
There are conditions. There's always conditions.
Sin, crazy stuff we do.
I'm not Jesus.
People, we only love them under certain conditions. They sound crazy. We done. Y'all done. What happened to Death Row Records on Twitter last month? 2 months ago, it was Death Row Records.
But I understand that. But it comes to a certain point where it becomes disrespectful. If I'm sitting here telling you what I do and I do not like, and as a man what is acceptable in a relationship, and you're still doing what is unacceptable,
that's true.
The Death Row, Bookie, no.
Because we know better.
That's why I love is conditional.
It's no excuse. And we feel like women, we know. Like, okay, at the end of the day, a man will do anything for a woman. So if you playing dumb, like, at the end of the day, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So the fact that I have to fight and keep explaining and reiterating myself, now I'm tired. But I think
y'all don't act dumb. I'm sorry, my bad.
Hold on.
Wait a minute. Let me say this.
Bro, Kevin on his hot seat.
Kevin went outside and said, "Oh my God,
those answers."
Honestly though, I feel for the ladies though, because like it do be like that though, because like I remember in my past relationship where I checked out mentally, because like you get tired of asking for certain stuff over and over again. You do get tired of that. You know what I'm saying? You get tired about the disrespect, and it's not even about what the action is anymore. It's just about the principle of things.
And that they will do it for somebody else or somebody else.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Or like sometimes I ain't gonna front. You have to like, one thing I learned is that if they was to do like you have to like flip it on them to make them like make it make sense. Like, oh, if you would if I was to do this to you, how would you feel? And it should never take to another level. You know what I'm saying? So like relationships like that, like that's playing with people's hearts, honestly.
Thank you.
Yeah,
So
it's like
you play with
I
people's
mean, but see that's the thing though. That mean that it goes. It's not about gender. It's about people being people, and some people are just bad people. You know, at the end of the day, because for example, you got some girls out there that has the same mentality as some men. Like at the end of the day, it's some women out here who will continue to keep playing with these like with men's heart. Where it's like, okay, well, I'm about to disattach because if I attach myself, I mean, she out here texting Tim, Jerry, Larry, Curly, Mo, all of them. It's like, why am I putting my trust in you? Why am I, trying to? I'm just saying. And what I'm saying is, sometimes the men reaction is only a counter reaction to what happened to them. For example,
hurt
people.
That's
okay.
right.
So
I do agree.
I think with this tweet, I understand that, but with this tweet, I think they're talking about the women's mentality because, of course, it is different from a man. So from a woman's perspective, and then from a man's perspective, like not really like switching the roles, if you know what I'm saying. Yeah. Because women, like my grandmother tell me like women are from like the earth and men are from Mars. We have two different like mindsets and beings. Facts. So I think when he made that tweet of like, oh, once they're mentally out, like, and then the physical will like come later. I think it's like I'm trying to understand how a woman's mind works and the process in a relationship. Not really, oh, men go through that too. We understand that, but like the process of a woman.
I feel like men are the opposite. I feel like men leave physically. They will go out and cheat and sleep around physically, but mentally still be like, oh, I'm about to go to my girl.
Whoa. Somebody, something, right?
I'm gonna say, okay. So before I get into that, I'm gonna say this. Once they show their true colors once, that's the real person. That's really the real person. They've been putting on the front the whole time. Once they show their true colors, it don't matter what argument it was. If they cheat, that's really them. You know what I'm saying? So you really can't like. Honestly, it's just like something that you just gotta be like, well, I'm not surprised. Like, you know what I'm saying?
So basically, you agree.
That's a fact.
Yes, I agree because at the end of the day, when it comes down to a man being hurt, we do not think with our minds. It goes heart or the little magic stick down there. So it goes between those two. And honestly, with females, y'all think with your heads and y'all think with your hearts. Y'all are very emotional creatures. You know what I'm saying? So if y'all was to do, y'all going out there not for lust, y'all going out there for someone that can treat you right, that has better aspects than what your man that you was with did. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying, it's just different. It's different levels. Men, we think differently. Women think differently from a different point of view.
Now, Zeke, to piggyback on everything you said, which I agree with, right? But when I start noticing, right, I've dated a lot of people, and I'm gonna be honest with that. I've dated people in the past. I've been in relationships in the past, right? I've learned through that journey, bro. Nobody is perfect. Like you can literally have the most prettiest woman in the world, but then the personality is something else is trash. Or you can have an average joint, and then everything else she got the traits. So it's like you gotta find your match. Look at them and say, look, we're going to be together forever. You riding it out with me, we riding it out. But the toxicity aspect and the healing and stuff, that should be changed and healed before you get into something new.
Yeah, it is something about a woman's mental, and y'all can talk about men's perspective as far as mentality. But I know like mentally you can be bruised. Like say if like you're in a relationship and your man cheated, but you forgive him and you keep going, in the back of your mind you're still thinking about it's a possibility that it can happen.
Yes,
So,
ma'am.
so that's a bruise. And then you're asking, okay, can you communicate with me? And he's not communicating, but he may give you a little bit, but not as much as you want. But you know that he can do it because he's either done it for you before or somebody else will do, like whatever. That's another bruise. So it's like mentally it builds up. And physically, I feel like for a woman, it's about strategy. Like Elainey was saying, it takes healing. It takes self awareness. Like some women don't want to be alone, or even if you're okay with being alone, you're attached to this person.
Yes.
So it's like, yes, all of this mentally. You know that he could possibly be cheating. And it's not just, cheating. There's other things. All the possibilities. You already went through everything in your mind. Like, heck, you already planned your family with them. So of course you're going to weigh out all of the other options. You see the red flags. So all of that can be bruises, but physically it takes a lot to actually detach. Mm-hmm. So how is that for us? I'll say that as a psychology major, that's the commonality for women. So how is that for men?
I mean,
to detach.
Yes.
It's hard to detach, but it's the people you got around you, right? Like if you got strong friends around you, that's like, yo, G, bro, remember who you are. Like, you know your worth, you know who you are. And then I say drag after that.
I gotta disagree. I
call BS. I'm sorry.
Because honestly, I will say that I've seen dudes move on faster than females. I mean, let's be real. Like, at the end of the day, men are always on a power grasp. First of all, a lot of women don't like to move on too fast. They don't want to sit there and deal with how people will perceive them. See, a guy ain't got to worry about that. See, they can sit there and go like, we can lay down with any and everybody, and it won't look like, we the man. But that same woman who's hurt and just trying to find love somewhere, and she try to find love in the wrong places, she's labeled as a hoe. So it's really a different in reality and things like that. So I would say that men detach faster. My thing is a man can sit there and go and come home and lay down next to his wife every night, whole time, got a whole family on the other side of town that he raising and taking care of on a regular basis. So it's like, yeah, it's way easier for a man to detach emotionally and physically and don't feel nothing wrong with it. And feel like ain't nothing wrong with what they doing.
We got young boys.
Yeah, and I would say I wouldn't even call them men. I say, you got some young boys who out here and they will do that. They will have a whole different family on one side, and then on the other side, it's like, oh, well, I love my wife. You don't love your wife too much if you sitting there cheating on her. You don't love your wife too much if you got 2 kids on the other side of town that you taking care of secretly. So it's like I will agree and say that men does detach faster, and a woman, she will stay there and mentally knowing that it's not good for her, and know, like for example, and I have no problem with using my mom as an example. My mom sat there and knew that it wasn't good for her, but yet she would stay around because she wanted to take care of the kids, or she wanted to say, oh, well, that's where my heart at. And the whole time it's like, Ma, you ain't being treated right. But that's a lot of females who will rather be there because that's their safety net, or that's where they feel more comfortable. So although mentally they know that's not where they're supposed to be, they rather stay presently because they rather, feel something that they already know and is familiar with, rather than try to go find something that they don't know about. So I will say,
yeah, most of what you said I agree with, except for that last part. It's not necessarily all the time that we're comfortable or more familiar. We're very strategic. Especially if we have kids involved, if we have family involved and everything, we're like, because I know for some of my family members, they know that, like how you're saying about your mom, they know that this relationship is not good, but I got kids and I want a father in the house. So mentally I'm checked out, but physically I'm staying in here for my kids. So I feel like with women, we are very strategic, not comfortable, because oftentimes we are very uncomfortable. So it's that. And also, I feel as though women, we take a lot, but as soon as it happens to a man, even a little bit of what a man would do to us, even if we do it to them, all hell break loose. Like everything breaks loose for a man. Like they can't take it.
Yeah, y'all got bigger hearts than us.
It's different.
When they do it, probably when I do it.
Cheating. Yeah, it's a different type of cheating.
I mean, I'm about to say it's the same thing. Like how a man feel like they can cheat all day long, and a woman's supposed to take them back. But the moment that a female cheat just with one person, you just cheated with 5 different women. Just one person. It's I don't want her.
I'm gonna tell you why. I know why.
How's that fair?
I know why. Because, like I said, bro, when it's all said and done, we can have an argument. I'm going out. If I'm gonna go out and cheat, I'm going out and cheat to do something that my mind not really on a straight and narrow. You going out to cheat to find something better, and that's just the thing. Y'all going for emotional support, just everything all under the sun, and that's what gets a man. That's what gets under a man's skin. Because when you come back and say, well, I went, and me and this dude, we talked, we kick it. Y'all talked and kick it. I didn't talk and kick it with her. I just did my thing and came back.
That was just the work, babe.
You done had a dinner, a movie with him. Like, you don't build a relationship with him. So it's different. It's different levels when it comes down to like stuff like that. So honestly, it's just rough. Yeah, this is bad. That's just bad. It's just bad.
Also, okay, there's never a reason for cheating on both ends, women and
Period.
men.
There's no reason, but I'm just saying that.
But I do want to say with women, like I said, strategic is the word. Like, if we have warned you over and over and we've been begging you and asking you for what we need, it's like, of course, I feel like you have to do it right. Like, just be straight up. I can't be with you no more, whatever, move on. But most of the time when it is cheating involved with women, like you said, it is emotional because we done begged you like up and down these hallways and you can't even do the bare minimum when I know you can because that's what you did to get me. So it's like, it's like different stuff like that because we think about stuff like that. Why is he not acting the same way he did when he tried to court me? And now that he got me, like,
comfortable. He's comfortable.
Like I said, no excuse for cheating. Like, do it the right way. Step away from the relationship. But most of the time, that is the reason. But to Kevin's point earlier, there are women that go around and just cheat. They have no emotional attachment or anything like that. But it goes both ways.
I got a question. All right. Would you? God dang it! I just messed up my question.
All right. Back in the day, right before you get back into this, go ahead. This is from Little Boosie. Little Boosie put this on Instagram. Little Boosie said, back in the day,
God,
you had your wife, you had your work bae, you had your girl around the way. You ain't never get caught up. Men back in the day used to do it. I think it's a male nature thing. It's not okay though. That's not something you're supposed to do. But I think it's just like they say it's in the male nature. Like,
ain't nothing gender specific no more.
You got a girl walk past.
Agree that black men cheat.
You not gonna look.
Black men don't cheat.
Black men don't cheat. Black men don't cheat.
We can agree that black men cheat. Then y'all just sat here and said
black men don't cheat. Hold on, I got a question.
Black boys cheat. Black men don't.
I got a question though, ladies.
Because black boys cheat because they're immature and don't know. Same way black girls cheat. Black men and women don't because they understand. If you don't want to be somewhere, you would just leave and stop cheating on your partner.
Right. But I got a question, ladies. Would you stay with a dude if he went out? So say for example, your boyfriend, he went out, cheated, but he came back and he told you like the honest God truth, like what happened. Could you stay with him? If he kept it real with you and he told you what he did, like y'all got into an argument, he came back, he was like, you know what, babe, I did something bad, I cheated, woo. Would you take him back? Could you take him back?
It's everybody staring in the camera like.
I'll just speak for me personally and the personal standards that I have. No, I appreciate your honesty, but no. Only because I feel like is that love in the first place if it's elsewhere? Because it's supposed to be an AB relationship. Where did C come in? Where did D come in? So it's like if I'm giving my all to you and you decide to give a piece of yourself to somebody else, it's not us two anymore. So you're basically giving a piece of me to somebody else that I have no, it's like it's too much. So it's no longer love. So that's for me personally. I just wouldn't. My mom had taught me big standards and big boundaries on cheating. So ever since I was younger, I already had that mindset. But yeah.
But see, then we also got to sit there and like,
but there is no shame in women who do go back because it's situation by situation, very much, because there's different attachments, there's different whatever. But for me personally, that's just not what I.
Like he came home crying, like he came home sobbing. I'm sorry, I did something terrible. We know we had an argument, but I went out and I was with this girl. Woo, 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 please take me back. I didn't mean it. Woo, woo, woo. You ain't gonna take him back. He crying.
I don't know. I was that type of person to be like, nah, until I was in a situation and it was just like, But they know all.
Okay.
Are we safe to move out?
Yeah,
I'm gonna say this. We just gotta stop sitting there trying to make everything gender specific. Because at the end of the day, like, it's some men who will literally like do everything you've ever asked them to do. But then you got some females who will literally like dog you out and drag you. But that doesn't make the entire like, you know, gender like bad people or doesn't, you know. So at the end of the day, I will say, for example, like one thing about women will literally like some women. I ain't gonna sit there and say all women, but some women will literally try to play you to the left. Whole time they be in their heads. Oh, we talk. And then as soon as you go out and do something, it's that's cheating. How if I open your phone and see how many dudes you around here texting, who really in the wrong?
That's when conversations are supposed to be had and boundaries supposed to be. That's a different.
That's not what's happening. Like, but
that's a different topic.
You see how all of them is communication though. The main problem is communication. Like if you know you don't want to be in a relationship, don't stay around and cheat and hurt that other person. You know, at the end of the day, it seems like a lot of people. I feel like people who cheat are selfish, no matter what gender you are, because if you know that that's not something that who you just made a commitment with, like if you know that that's not something that they are okay with, you shouldn't be out here doing that. You know, that's not something, you know. Because my thing is, if you was happy with somebody, see, one thing about a relationship, a real relationship, you ain't gonna want to look at nobody else. You ain't gonna see nobody else. But at that moment that you see someone else, that means that wasn't a relationship you needed to be in. Right, so at the end of the day, I will just say that we would just have to, like, as a people, we just need to work on, one, communication, and two, just focusing on, if I'm supposed to be in a committed relationship, my loyalty is owed to that person. Because a lot of people be, you know, for example, the whole beefing with somebody just because they talking to your man. They ain't got no loyalty to you. They don't owe you nothing. Your man is supposed to owe you something. They owe you that loyalty. They owe you that commitment. And that's who you need to be talking to. But see, that communication never happens. So it's really a whole communication issue that's the problem. But that's all I got for that topic right there.
Yeah, we're going to need a part 2 on this.
All right, brothers and sisters, we got one more confessional in the tuck. Woo! Let's see. Yes, this one. All right. So, what's your take on 20? What's your take on a 21-year-old and a 30-year-old relationship? Should I be worried about the age difference? I'm basically worried about what my family will say. DSU. Wow, DSU. I'm gonna see y'all soon. I'm gonna ask you.
Wait, have y'all been tuned into that TikTok poly couple, Sean, Shanice, and Olivia?
I don't be watching TikTok.
Wait, the one guy, the one girl, and 2 guys.
Yes, and he eventually wants like 7, but he has 2 right now.
Wait.
Okay, I missed that part.
wait a minute.
Yeah, so it's a poly relationship. And basically, he has 2 women right now. His main that he had first, Shanice, she's like 30, and the man and Shanice, they're both the same age. But the youngest one, she just graduated high school. She's like 20.
Oh hell no!
So like this tweet kind of reminded me of that, and I'm just like, I understand like how women would want a guy that's older than them, but not. I don't understand that 10-year difference. I feel like that's a lot. Like now, what will a grown man want to do with somebody that just came out of high school?
Control.
That's a fact. Control. Now
talk about R. Kelly. I mean,
yeah.
Like if you take it down a notch, like not even 30, like what would a 20-year-old want to do with a 10-year-old?
But I think
we gotta look at it like that.
I think it's a matter of. Oh, my bad. You are.
No, you got it, MC. Go ahead. I
was gonna say, I think it's a matter of where you are in life, right? Because like 21, you just became legal for real, and then with 30, you're kind of more established in life. But this is what 21 and 30. That's what 9 years. Imagine if we're talking about a 50-year-old and a 69-year-old? Am I bugging with math? 50-year-old, 61, 50-year-old and 61. Is that would be the same math for 50 and 61?
Can't lie, my parents is 10 years apart, bro. My
That's what I'm
dad
saying. Mine are like 7, 8 apart. So
older
it's just
than
a
my
matter
mother.
of where you are in life. Because like that's still kind of early, but say they're much older, one in like their 60s, one in their 70s, one in their 50s, one in their 60s. At that point, you're kind of the same in life for real. So it's not looked at as much. But this, I mean, I don't judge nobody because they're both legal by the United States of America. My girl's a little bit older than me though. She's like 2 years older, but that's not crazy for real. But yeah, I don't judge. I just, it's for me in terms of the family thing. If that's what's for you, that's what's for you, and you feel like that's where you should be, then can't nobody judge you but God. But me personally, that kind of age difference, that's kind of crazy to me.
It only matters because you ain't got no money, because Jay-Z and Beyonce did it and it's okay. I swear to God, if you got money, it don't make no difference. I mean,
that is very true. People have talked about it, but it doesn't. The conversation doesn't stick.
It don't stick. Like we talk about it, but it don't stick for real because they got money.
Yeah, because they're still calling couple goals today.
Yeah,
I beg to differ, Kevin, because I've been approached by 30-year-old men. Jeez. I'm like, what do you do for a living? I'm still just me personally. I'm just still uncomfortable. Like I don't. Because it's just like, I'm 21, I'm telling you I'm still in school. What could you possibly want from me right now? Like, unless you're trying to provide for me, okay, thank you. But I was raised to always have your own and to always bring something to the table. So it's like, while some girls are like, okay, I want a man to take care of me, this, that, and the third. But when that runs out, then what? I don't know. That's
why I said y'all both gotta have money, because then it's like no one cares about that relationship because they both rich. But you know, when you know, just like somebody like me, if I was dating a 30-year-old woman, everybody be looking at me like, what you got going on? But I ain't where Beyonce and Jay-Z at, you know?
Not even just rich, but because, especially Beyonce, they're beloved figures in the public. Like how, you know, when Jay went and cheated and there was that whole thing, but pretty soon later on he went and did community service or did something to give back or whatever, and we just breeze over. And that happens a lot with celebrities. Things happen. It's called a PR. You do something to look good in the press, and then people just breeze over the situation.
Yeah, but honestly, like, I don't know. With celebrities, I look at them like regular people. Because when I saw that, I was like side-eye too. Because like at the end of the day, it's like the same thing. They're not at no higher standard than us, except for their status, like, you know, as far as social wise. But like, we're all humans. So I feel like it's all with intention. Of course, you can't judge anybody, but honestly, like Elainey said, if a 30-year-old walked up to me, talk about something, like, I'm gonna call my mom. What are you doing?
Yeah, I think it's a complete difference. Like, if a woman, like a 30-year-old woman, checks a 20-year-old man, it's a complete different. And you know, the other way around, it's not like like a different way. Like me personally, I'll feel low key uncomfortable. I'll low key feel uncomfortable. I think I got the juice, but I'll feel uncomfortable because why you can't get no 40-year-old, 30-year-old man? That's true. You know what I'm saying? That I'll feel. That's the question I'll mainly ask. Why you looking for me? Yeah. You're not looking for somebody with age. But at the same token, though, a young man like myself, that boosts a lot of ego. Like, yeah, you know, I could bag a 30-year-old if I wanted to. You know what I'm saying? But that's just that. But like, honestly, though, it's just not cool.
Especially when they got kids. Now, if you got kids, I'm almost old enough to be your child. Me and your child the same age. That's weird.
Right. I can't be laid up. I'm sorry. I can't be laid up with no 30-year-old talking about that you want me to put some icy out on your back. I can't do that. That's just not
relax.
I can't talk about some baby. You want to up some bath water? I can't do that. You know what I'm saying? That's just not me. I'm sorry.
If she passed away before you though, you got to check.
but see.
That's if you even in the will, my guy.
That's the thing. I'm gonna say this is a double-edged sword, because like one part of me, like when I was younger, I used to think that that was the coolest thing. I used to date older than me and all that. But then now that I'm older, I'm just looking like I would never like. But it's because of the fact is, I don't care. I got my criminal justice degree from the Special Victims Unit of Law and Order. And my thing is, I always learned that those who do that, it's like, now you got a question in your head, like, when I get too old, are you going to discard me? Because usually, like, people who like younger, it's like, if you get too old, they push you out. Like, those who got kidnapped when they was younger, once they get to a certain age, they predator usually release them or kill them, because it's like they have no use for them no more, because they want someone of this certain age range. So it's like, when you start seeing stuff like that, now you're starting to think like, wait a minute, is this just some of your sick obsession or something? Like, is this some type of, like, this something that because when you look at Robert Kelly, I mean, he said he loved all women, but most of his women were younger, and once they got older, it was like he stopped communicating with them, nor did he stopped contacting them. So it's just like, that means that mentally he has this weird obsession in his head that he like younger.
Leo DiCaprio does that too. Leonardo DiCaprio, he stayed with a young little white girl.
P. Diddy. P. Diddy like 20. That nigga like 50.
Yes.
Once they hit a certain age in their 20s as raps.
Yes.
And there's always a reason why, like everybody was saying, why they are seeking you, your age. There's always a reason why. I feel like that's it for women and men too. Like, they like to call women that's older, that seek out younger guys cougars or whatever. But I feel like there's a reason with them too. Like, sometimes most women, they're not able to get a relationship, or they have failed relationships up until that point, and they know they can groom young men with their mentality or their so-called wisdom or their nurture behavior. So, like, I feel like that men and women that seek out younger people like that, it's a red flag.
So age is something but a number, is what y'all saying.
Yes.
I feel like no matter your mentality, even like, even if you're older and you have a childlike mentality or whatever, I feel like age, it still matters. It still matters.
Okay, so if
here comes Z.
Snap Z.
If a millionaire came up to you right now, he has all the traits, and he like 25.
And he light skin. He light skin. He tall. He tatted.
He got everything. He got everything that you
ain't no dark skins.
Are you checking for him? He got everything that you checking for as a man. You're not checking for him. You're not gonna date him.
Lady, why can't he be dark skinned?
No, I love my chocolate man. I love my chocolate man.
Let me see. We had that podcast. Did we have Bowie about this?
That's what I'm saying, bro.
I just always end up with a light skin. I'm just used to being with a light skin.
It's time to change up the plate.
Yeah,
but like,
get you some Hershey's.
But no, this for everybody though. They check off your list, like everything is qualified. The only thing they don't check off is their age. Is that a red flag? Like, you're not dating them? Are you?
Put me on the insurance policy and we cool.
There we go, Kevin. You talking money?
Oh wait, so you said 25, right?
Or like just any age, like any age.
I'm cool with 25. I'm 20.
Yeah, 25 ain't bad. I thought you were about like 52.
Okay. All right, they 35 then.
They 30. 35, 31, 32.
Crickets.
Put me on your life insurance policy and we'll talk.
No kids.
That matters too.
What?
No kids.
All right, in a scenario of no kids, what you saying?
In a scenario of no kids.
Yeah, I can't.
Okay, how about this?
I gotta do
a scenario of maybe say like anywhere between the age of 3 to maybe like 5.
35 years? That's not bad. That's not bad.
Of a child?
Yes.
Wait. Whoa.
Gotta get
3 to 5 years apart.
Like
no. They got a kid.
They got a kid though. They got it.
No, because if you that young,
mommy,
no. My thing is, because if they that young, that mean that baby mama's somewhere still around somewhere.
That's
all right. So imagine this: they got a kid that's like 13, 14 years old.
No, because then you
my sister. Brother?
I'll play stepdaddy to a 7-year-old. I'll play stepdaddy to a 7-year-old.
I don't look young. I'm gonna look like that's my little sister, my little brother.
Okay.
No. Yeah, I feel like of course, everybody have their preference. But I feel like if you're so young and the person that's seeking you out, you know, have a child, that's kind of like, well, have a child at a certain age or whatever. It's kind of like a burden to you because it's not your child. And at the same time, like, you're still young. Yeah. You don't want to be anybody's like stepmom at that point. You want to build a life with somebody. And even if your desire is not to have kids, or even if you want somebody that does have kids or you don't mind that, I feel like doing that at such a young age is not cool. You got to live life. You got to live life.
And then I don't want to compete with you and your child. I'm sorry. I don't want to compete with a child right now. I don't.
That's fair. I
don't.
Amen.
But there are some people that's built for that. Like there are.
I wouldn't mind eating up the kids' fruit snacks and letting him play my PS5. I wouldn't mind that, honestly. You know what I'm saying? I'll reimburse some fruit snacks.
Najee, what do you think about that though? What do you think about that?
Me personally, so like when I first had a kid, it hit me because the mentality is what y'all saying. I still thought that way because I'm like, I'm not gonna be the statistic with no child at this young age. Literally, the woman amount increased once I had a daughter. Oh my God. Women look at me way more mature because they like, oh, Najee got his stuff together. Like, yo, got a child, he pay for her, he take care of her, and the way he treat her, the way he treat me. Women love being stepmothers over here. I'm just gonna say it like that. And you still can live your life at the end of the day if you got your time management and stuff right. But me personally, I don't want to have kids too late to where I'm like the 50-year-old, you know, and my child's still in college. Like my mom's 50 and I'm 23 and I'm still in the crib. So I want to, like, when I'm done having my kids, I'm gonna be 40. And I'm gonna be living my best life at 40. You know, my kids gonna be out the house grown. That's my perspective on it. But everybody's different.
Najee, could you be with somebody that already has a kid?
I don't care, bro. It's a kid, bro. As long as you're taking care of your kids, bro, and you making sure that your business is handled with your baby father.
If you're not a deadbeat,
but would you help take care of the kid, Najee?
They have other attachments, either the baby mom or the baby father.
Yeah, I'm not dealing with the baby.
It depends on how long ago they broke up. If they fresh out of it, yeah, get the heck out of there, bro. Because if they split apart and they cordial, then yeah, it's cool. It's definitely
yeah. But if you then you also got to be mindful of the baby mamas and baby daddies that be mad at you for moving on. So now it's like, oh, I don't want that around my child or stuff like that. Now you got to sit there and get ready to fight every other day. Because now the baby mama want to fight Elainey because she didn't move, you know, then with somebody who got a kid or somebody baby daddy fighting me because, you know, who about to do all that?
Nobody baby mama. You got it.
We all know them BDs and them BMs, they be going back to their peoples. And as soon as the argument is, yeah, they go back. And
y'all.
Because we gotta wrap it up.
It says that time. Listen, stay tuned, y'all, for the next set of HBCU Confessions. Clearly, this is something we have to do more often. So,
part 2 next week.
Yeah, I don't even know who got accountability check. If somebody just want to take it, just so we can.
All right, y'all. So we got accountability check. You know, we haven't done this in 3 whole weeks, so we right back at it. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna start it off accountability check. So. Again, like I said, I've been doing my vision board. You feel me? I done did my vision board. And I'm gonna just hold everybody accountable. I want, you know, next week I hope everyone made a vision board. I want to see y'all vision boards. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna hold y'all accountable to that.
It's not like a homework assignment.
It's not a homework assignment, but you know, just come up with a couple things. Just make like a top 5.
Yeah, I'm gonna find my little pictures on Pinterest and put it together.
Yeah, you know, come up with a top 5, top 10 things that you want done in the summer through the next fall semester. You know, stuff like that. But me, honestly, get back in my studying mode. I've been slacking. You know what I'm saying? I've been slacking, but I still have good grades, but I have been slacking. So. I gotta get back in that one bag. You know, school is about to end. I gotta get in that LeBron James, you know, bag. So, what about you, Elainey?
I just feel like as a collective, like we all just gonna work on ourselves. Like I just feel like, bro, we've been talking for an hour. Like accountability next week, y'all.
Yeah, we did.
I guess.
Hey, how about this? Everybody's accountability for this week is to be good Samaritans.
Yes. There we go.
I'm just to do my work.
Peace
All right,
and
y'all.
positivity is the accountability.
Yes.
Wait, hold on.
Y'all
Drop
next-
y'all socials. I mean, y'all got no company.
Y'all know to find us.
Y'all so lazy.
Just follow Historically Black Sense so you can find all the books.
Yes, Lord.
We're tagged.
Thank y'all for coming. We see y'all next week.